Hey guys, so Apple, as expected today, has released iOS 17.1 RC. The new software is out, the release candidate, which means, of course, the software official release is less than a week away. We'll talk about expected release dates. We'll also talk about the final release notes because Apple has finally provided bug fixes and improvements. There's quite a bit to talk about here. There's some important issues that Apple is addressing with iOS 17.1 on their release notes for the bugs. So let's go ahead and dive right into this video. So today, Apple was expected to be releasing brand new iPads alongside a brand new Apple Pencil. The iPads did not get announced. Apple only announced a brand new third generation USB-C Apple Pencil. If you want to learn more about that, all the links will be in the description down below. So now let's go ahead and talk about iOS 17.1 RC, or the release candidate, which of course means Apple will soon be releasing this software to the general public. But as per usual, Apple has also updated the iPad with 17.1 RC available today for the iPad, macOS 14.1 RC available for the Mac, watchOS 10.1 RC is available for the Apple Watch, and of course tvOS 17.1 RC is available for the Apple TV. Now for those devices that cannot run iOS 17, Apple also released 16.7.2 RC for the iPhone and iPadOS 16.7.2 RC for the iPads as well. So let's go ahead and dive to the release notes that Apple has provided for the final version here. So Apple is focusing on three key functions of the iPhone: AirDrop, Apple Music, and standby features. So the first thing Apple mentions is that you now have the ability to, of course, continue to AirDrop or transfer files over the cell network when you use iOS 17.1, and the new AirDrop function used under cellular data option right here. So Apple mentions this is a new feature coming to iOS 17.1. Of course, we already talked about this. Apple also mentions that on standby for the always on display devices, we now have a new display option that allows you to choose automatically 20 seconds or never for the display to turn off when on standby mode. Of course, we also talked about that. And Apple also talks about the Apple Music feature. So in Apple Music, you now have the ability to directly favorite a song right there from the actual UI, as you can see right there. There's also playlist suggestions on the bottom of playlist. And if you have a playlist here, you can also customize the artwork on the playlist just like so on the latest iOS 17.1. As you can see, Apple provides you with some preloaded options here that you can choose from for your playlist. So Apple highlights three things, as I mentioned: Apple Music, standby, and the AirDrop features with iOS 17.1. Now I want to talk about some of the bug fixes and improvements because there's quite a bit to talk about here. So in terms of bug fixes, Apple tackles a few things here. The first option here is the option to choose a specific album when in photo shuffle options on the lock screen. So if you set the photo shuffle option here on your lock screen, so let's go here, photo shuffle, you can now select an album, a specific album, for the photo shuffle option. This is actually a bug fix here with iOS 17.1. Now for HomeKit, Apple has also improved HomeKey support for Matter locks. So if you have any of those Matter supported locks, this has been improved with 17.1. Apple also improves reliability of screen time setting syncs across devices. This was an issue that I did encounter where I would set screen time on my iPhone, but it wouldn't set properly on my iPad or on the Mac. This is something that Apple is fixing here. Now, one issue that I did hear about was incoming calls not showing the proper name for the incoming contact. Apple has addressed that with iOS 17.1. As you can see right here, it resolves an issue where the name of an incoming caller may not appear when you're on another call. So Apple addresses this issue here with iOS 17.1. Now with 17.1, Apple also addresses an issue that if you purchased or created a custom ringtone, it wouldn't show as an option for you on your text tones inside of your settings application. So if you purchased a ringtone and you want to set it as a text tone, it wouldn't show here on the list. So Apple has addressed that with iOS 17.1. This also fixes an issue where the keyboard may be less responsive as well. So if you're having keyboard lag issues, iOS 17.1 addresses keyboard lag here as well. Now Apple continues to improve crash detection, adding additional optimizations for all devices, the iPhone 14 models and 15 models of course, and also a major fix here, and this one is the big one. Apple fixes an issue that may cause display image to be persistent. Now a lot of users were reporting that the iPhone 15 had screen burning issues, right? So if you were inside of an application for too long, the brightness was too high, of course this can create screen burning, which the image sort of lingers on the display in the background, especially when you see it through a white screen or a black screen. You can sort of see the application that was running for a long time. Well, Apple continues to address this issue with iOS 17.1 and says that it's fixed this issue because this is image persistent in the background, but not screen burning. Again, if you were having that issue, Apple continues to improve the screen quality and persistency of the images that linger in the background when you stop using an application. Now, let's talk about the release date, because today is, of course, October the 17th, a Tuesday. When will Apple release iOS 17.1 to the general public? Well, if history is any indication, iOS 17.1 will most likely become available next Monday, October the 23rd for everyone worldwide. Now, the latest I'd say would be October the 24th on a Tuesday, but I think Monday is the best bet. Apple usually saves Mondays for bigger software update releases, and this one, of course, 17.1, does add some great new features and enhancements. So, of course, stay tuned here to the channel. I'll continue doing my coverage, continue digging around the software, and provide you a full review of iOS 17.1 here in the coming days before the official release. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.